Welcome, and this video is about the do's and don'ts on how to talk to somebody who has a recent diagnosis of cancer. I know quite a bit about this because I've been through it. So on New Year's Eve, 2021, I was diagnosed with ocular melanoma. It's a very rare eye cancer, only about 2,500 cases a year, and it was in my left eye. This is a prosthetic. You can't do that with a regular eye. So I had two choices, radiation or enucleation. Tumor is very big. My vision was shot. I'd be blind after radiation. So I said, let's take that sucker out. I got my tumor genetics, and they were class 2 PRAME positive. What does that mean? It means I have the worst genetics. Rock bottom. This is what makes this cancer insidious. Believe it or not, the tumor in the eye and having it removed and now living as a one-eyed person is the easy part. That was cakewalk. Easy decision. Get that sucker out. I'm doing fine. Life is grand with one eye. I'm doing just fine. So don't feel bad for me. However, with this cancer comes the lifelong risk of metastasization in the liver and lungs. And once it gets hold of your liver, it doesn't like to let go. So it's basically whack-a-mole with tumors for the rest of your life if it gets hold of your liver. So high mortality in this cancer. And it's a lifelong risk. My tumor genetics were the most harsh. It's class 2 PRAME positive. What does that mean? It means I have a 72% risk of metastasization in the liver or lungs in the first 5 years. It's pretty high. But I mean, it's 28% actually escape by. They make it 5 years with no metastasization. I'm hoping that will be me. But that's what makes it so heavy. You get this shock. You have eye cancer. Never heard of that. That's how we found out about it. Really, almost everyone has ocular melanoma. They found out about it when they were diagnosed. They'd never heard of it. I never heard of it. All my friends never heard of it. They're like, what? Eye cancer, that's a thing? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Now it is. So I'm still dealing with it. You know, the idea that my life might be cut short. So I'm thinking about it all the time, and I've made adjustments. So here is my advice on the do's and don'ts. I'm going to go through one at a time. So number 1, don't minimize. This one's very subtle. You don't even realize you're doing it. Give you an example. Oh, I just got diagnosed with this rare eye cancer, and I'm probably going to have my eye removed. Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. You're healthy. That's minimizing. That is not helpful. You basically told them that the most probably traumatic event in their life, short of losing their spouse or child, is really no big deal and you're healthy. It's not the case. It's not how this works at all. Oh, you're strong. I'm sure you'll be okay. Oh, I'm glad they caught it early. Oh, they have so much advances now. You'll be fine. Anything that tries to placate them, like you're trying to calm down a child who didn't get a cookie, is bad. Pisses me off. Pisses off everyone who has cancer. We talk about it all the time. So don't minimize. Number 2, this is the opposite. Acknowledge how bad it is. Don't hold back. You know what a good response is? Oh, I just got diagnosed with this rare eye cancer, and they're going to have to take out my eye, and I'm going to have a lifelong risk of metastasization in the liver. Damn, that sucks. You don't deserve this at all. That really sucks. I feel bad for you. Man, I hope you live, but this sucks. Man, that's a great response. That feels wonderful. When somebody just agrees with you, says, oh, you're right, this sucks. This does seem hopeless. This is hard. This is overwhelming. Anytime you back up the person who has cancer, you validate how bad and destabilizing it is, it lifts us up. We feel great. Puts a spring in my step when somebody goes, yeah, that sucks. Sucks to be you. Does. So acknowledge how bad it is because it feels good. It's like when you break up with somebody, breakup songs make you feel good because they validate your feelings. When you're sad, sad songs make you feel good because they validate your sadness. So please validate your friend or family member who has cancer. Agree with them. This sucks. There's nothing good about this. You're not going to become a better person. Sorry, it's not how it works. It's just a burden. It's 100% burden. No upside to cancer. None. Zero. So drop it. Number 3. Please, do not send cures. No links, no texts, no, hey, I've heard this on the internet. Please, do not start bombarding somebody who was just diagnosed with cancer with all these crazy cures out there. Let's put that in air quotes, cures. It happens immediately. You announce you have cancer to your friends and family, and the crazy advice starts coming. You can beat cancer with vitamin C. 5 grams a day and you'll beat this cancer. Oh, no, wait, it's CBD. No, it's Rick Simpson oil. No, it's turmeric. No, it's juicing celery. No, it's green smoothies. No, it's black pepper. Mushrooms, yoga, positive thinking, crystals. Just knock it off already. None of this is helpful. Because the person who has cancer is highly destabilized right now. They're just trying to keep their sanity. They're trying not to just be crying all day long. And they're also trying to get a handle on what's going on and listening closely to experts, the people that actually deal with this cancer all the time. If you have a specialized cancer like me, I went to Stanford. I went to one of the best ocular oncologists in the country. He does all the seminars and he's well known. He's also a researcher and a professor, and he literally took my eye out. He's the one who performed the surgery. Do you really think my world-class ocular oncologist who specializes in this specific rare cancer is holding back on me? He's going, yeah, should I tell him about vitamin C? No, because that might actually cure him, and I want to keep him as a patient. It's so absurd. Please, stop with the links. Maybe later after they stabilize. Maybe later after they get their plan from their oncologist. What's the scanning schedule? Are we doing chemotherapy? Are we doing immunotherapy? Are we doing surgery? We're going to remove it, right? Let them get settled and have a plan first. Then maybe casually bring up some alternative cure that may help them. But be selective and do it subtly, because it really pisses you off, because you're basically telling that person, you know, I know more than your doctor. I know more than your oncologist. I know more than these pharmaceutical companies. I know more than your nurse practitioner. I know more than your radiologist, because I saw a video on YouTube, and now I know all about how to cure cancer. So here's the link. If you follow this, you'll cure your cancer. It's insulting beyond belief, and it makes you angry, and you might lose a friend over it. So don't do it. Do not send the links. Number 4. Don't tell them they're going to beat this, please. It's the worst. Why is it bad? I don't get it. I'm encouraging them. Here's why. Cancer is largely out of your control. It really is. I'm sorry. You can't beat this with positive thoughts. We know that for sure because there's no evidence to support it. Your attitude makes almost no difference in outcome. In fact, none. We can't find any difference. The people that are like all positive and they think it's going to be okay, they die just as often as the person that's all pain in the ass and grumpy and pissed off about their cancer. It sucks. There's no evidence that your attitude makes a difference. And there's no way to fight a cancer, right? People say, oh, you're a fighter. You're going to beat this. I trust that you're going to beat this. You're healthy. You're going to beat this. Just hunker down. You're going to beat this. Keep a good attitude and you're going to beat this. It's not how it works. I'm not fighting cancer. I'm not in a foot race, right? This isn't a 100-yard dash where I can beat cancer through training. I'm not in a fist fight. I'm not in a jiu-jitsu match with my cancer. I can't fight. It doesn't even make any sense. These are runaway cells in your body that have ceased to be useful, and they're crowding out all the other useful cells. So you're replacing good, useful cells with messed up cells that have no purpose other than to replicate themselves and kill your organs in your body, right? So no, there's no fight to be had. But this is what makes it really bad. Not only is it absurd to say you're going to beat this and you're a fighter and you're strong, it also implies that if they die, right, things get worse, that they didn't fight hard enough, right? Implicit in the you can beat this, you're a fighter. Keep a good attitude and you can beat this. Implicit in that statement is, well, if you die, you obviously didn't fight hard enough. Your attitude wasn't good enough. You didn't meditate good enough. You didn't think good thoughts enough, right? It's really a shitty thing to tell somebody. So don't tell them they're going to beat this. You don't know. You don't know at all. So these definitive statements about outcome make you angry when you have cancer. Because everyone who has cancer is very clear, and it's made clear to them, and they feel it in their bones that this is largely out of their control, and they're just crossing their fingers and hope it comes out. Their doctors don't have a definitive. The brightest and the best don't have a definitive on this. So please don't act like you know the outcome ahead of time. And please don't tell them if they just fight it, they'll beat it. It's not how it works. Number 5. Somebody tells you they have cancer. Please don't immediately tell them about your aunt or your uncle or your friend or this guy you know or this you heard on Facebook or you read it on Instagram and they had cancer, blah, blah, blah. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not helpful. It goes back to the rule number 1, don't minimize, right? Person's pouring their heart out to you. They're scared. They're afraid they're going to die. And then you immediately pivot to this random person who had a cancer that had nothing to do with you, as if somehow this is related or it will help you in any way. Don't do that. Don't tell them about your aunt or your uncle and what they did or what cancer they had. Irrelevant. It's annoying. It's dismissive. And it minimizes their situation. However, number 6, do tell them about your own cancer. That's totally fine. So let's walk through the stories. Oh my God, I just got diagnosed with ocular melanoma. It's a very rare eye cancer, and I have a lifelong risk of metastasization in the liver, and I'm going to have my eye removed. Oh, I have an uncle that got stomach cancer, and he's fine. What? What a totally useless and pathetic thing to say. Makes me angry. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. Same story. Oh, I just got diagnosed with ocular melanoma. I have a lifelong risk of metastasization in my liver, and I'm going to have my eye removed. Oh my God. I just got done through 6 weeks of chemotherapy for my colon cancer. I totally get it. This is brutal. No one deserves this cancer. There's nothing good that comes from it. So, If you want to talk, I'm here. I get it. I'm going through it myself. Oh my God, thanks. See the difference? The first one is dismissive, and you're just cluttering up and taking the attention off the person who deserves it, the person who has cancer that's right in front of you. And the other one, it's a bonding experience. I too am suffering, just like you, because we both have cancer. A very unique thing, right? So feel free to relay your own cancer story when somebody says they have cancer. Don't cut them short. But after they get done talking, it is totally safe to bring up your cancer, particularly if it was recent, because it's a bonding experience and actually everyone feels better. So that's okay. Number 7, kind of counterintuitive on this one. Do not keep asking how they're doing. How can that be bad? I'll tell you how it can be bad. Every now and then when somebody checks up on you, it feels comforting. It means they're like, hey, they're thinking about you, right? Once a week, once every 2 weeks. It's like, oh, obviously I popped into their head and they just wanted to check up on you. That's great. It feels good. It's a little bit of a boost. Oh, somebody cares. Asking every day, how are you doing? How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Are you fine? How are you doing? It wears on you. Why does it wear on you? When you have cancer, particularly when you first diagnosed, you're just trying to keep it together. You're just trying not to cry and freak out every day. You're trying to adapt to this new normal. You're coming to terms with your mortality. It's heavy. It's a lot to go through. So you really cherish when you're feeling good. And that's kind of the goal, really, to adapt to it, to where you give the cancer the least amount of attention it deserves, right? Just enough so you can go to your treatments and stuff. But the ultimate goal is to minimize cancer in your life as much as possible and be positive and get on with your life and follow your dreams and spend time with your family and earn money at your job and all that stuff. So those days are great. It feels great when you're hardly even thinking about your cancer. Every time somebody asks you, how are you feeling? It takes you back. Oh yeah, that's right, I have cancer. Thanks for reminding me. I haven't thought about it in 4 hours, but now I'm thinking about it. Great. And if you keep asking, it undermines their confidence, right? Because you'll start feeling really good and positive. You do. You don't feel sad and overwhelmed with cancer forever. The weeks go by and you get better and you're better and you don't think about that much and life is good. And then you ask, how are you doing? You're like, I'm doing fine. Then you ask the next day, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Day 3. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, fucking stop, please. I'm doing fine. I just told you. How many times do I have to tell you I'm fine? Now you're angry. Now you're angry at somebody who keeps asking how well you're doing. So now you're not doing so well anymore because now you're pissed at them for asking because it starts undermining your confidence. You start thinking, why do people keep asking how I'm doing and if I'm fine? Am I telegraphing that I'm in crisis? Do they know something that I don't? Is there spots on my skin that I'm not seeing? Do I have a funny smell that they can only tell? Why do they keep asking me how I'm doing day after day after day? So you start to question. I thought I was fine. Am I fine? I swear I'm happy. I'm pretty positive I'm doing fine, but I don't know anymore. People keep asking how well I'm doing. So do it occasionally. It's a way of just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, right? But not every day. Please don't. Just too much. Not every day. How are you doing? Number 8. This one's really, really helpful. People offer generic support, which really gets interpreted as yeah, whatever. I maybe just think you have to say that. What's generic support? Oh my God, if you need anything, just let me know. What the hell does that mean? If I need anything? A new car? You can buy me a new car? New wetsuit? New surfboard? Are you going to drive me to my appointment? You can buy me dinner? What does if you need anything, right? It doesn't make me angry, but I'll tell you what's way, way better. Oh my God, that's terrible news. Would you like me to bring dinner to you tonight? I can pick some up at your favorite restaurant and deliver it. Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, please bring me dinner. Or, oh, you have a appointment over the hill tomorrow, right? You're going to get your MRI liver scan. Yes, I am. Do you need a ride? I can drive you. Wow, thanks for the offer, but I already have a ride. Or, oh, I'll let you know if my ride falls through. But wow, that's really helpful. Hey, do you want me to bake that sourdough bread that you like so much? Yeah, I'll take that. So if you really want to be helpful, think about them specifically, their situation. What can I do specifically to make this cancer diagnosis easier in a tangible way? What can I do specifically and offer that? Don't offer it out of politeness. I mean, you have to be sincere about it. But those moments are so rare. They feel amazing. Because that's what you really need. Like, I just love those requests, of something specific. So offer something specific. Not this generic if you need anything. I don't know what to do with that. Nobody who has cancer knows what to do with that. But they know what to do with a specific request for support. And they can say yes or no or thank you. And it also tells them that you are really thinking about them, right? When somebody offers to bring you dinner from your favorite restaurant, that's a deep thought. They've thought about you. They've thought about how can I make this person's day better right now? What tangible thing I can do to improve their life? That makes you feel really special. It's lovely. Number 9. Please, let's retire thoughts and prayers once and for all. It was always kind of ridiculous, but it's basically devolved into a meme. It's almost demonstrating that, 1, I want to show I care with zero accountability and effort. Because what's a thought and prayer? I don't even understand that. Are you literally going to pray for me? Are you literally going to put me in your prayers? Thanks if you're going to do that. No evidence that will help, but go for it. I'll take the free prayers, but it's not going to cure my cancer. I'm sorry. It will have no effect. Thoughts? I don't even know what a thought is. What? Bad thoughts, good thoughts? What are you thinking? Thoughts and prayers is absurd. It's always been absurd. It's really just a form. It's like performance art, right? How can I demonstrate to everyone around me that I care, except take no responsibility or accountability for that caring? I know. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Hey, did everyone notice? Did you see that? Thoughts and prayers. See, I care. I really care. It's cheap. It means nothing. Stop. It's not useful. It's not helpful. It's become a joke in itself. It's almost like, in some contexts, it's actually is cynical, and it is an intentionate insult. It's kind of like an FU. So please, no more thoughts and prayers. They're pointless. They don't help. There's no accountability. Think of the other rules. Go back to something specific. Hey, can I bring you dinner tonight from your favorite restaurant? Oh, that's worth 1 billion thoughts and prayers. Really. Because thoughts and prayers are worth 0. So it's not even measurable. There's no scale on how much a free dinner is better than a thought and prayer, because a thought and prayer means 0. Sorry, it does. Hate to break it to you. So, that's how you talk to somebody who's recently been diagnosed with cancer. Follow these. And you'll be remembered and cherished by the person who has cancer, because every one of these things is such a treat to experience. And it's a treat to avoid the bad ones. All right. Talk to you later.